Hello, and welcome to Storytime Adventures, where we tell stories for kids. I'm your host, Jackie, and I'm excited to share a new story with you today. Whether you're listening with your family at home or on a road trip like we often do, we hope our stories spark your imagination and take you on an adventure. Without pictures to guide us, using your imagination is like having a magic paintbrush, where the pictures in your mind are often more vivid and wondrous than any picture on a page. Before we begin, we want to give a big shout out to our listeners. Thank you for tuning in and supporting our podcast. If you enjoy our show, please leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform and share it with your family and friends. Stay tuned after the show for a fun activity that you can do with your family and friends that's connected to science, math, reading, or writing. Now sit back and relax and let your imagination take flight. We're excited to share this adventure with you. Burrow Buddies, a tale of engineering. Once upon a time, in the vast prairies of the Wild West, stretched a panoramic landscape of golden grasses and endless skies. Here amidst the rugged terrain lived three industrious prairie dogs named Pip, Pop, and Pete. They were known far and wide for their exceptional problem-solving skills and their unwavering passion for engineering. From a young age, Pip, Pop, and Pete had been fascinated by the natural world around them. They marveled at the intricate systems that governed their prairie home, from the complex network of burrows to the ingenious ways their fellow prairie inhabitants adapted to the challenges of the wild. They were quick to observe and ask questions, always seeking to understand how things worked and how they could be improved. As they grew older, Pip, Pop, and Pete realized that they had a knack for finding innovative solutions to problems. They were natural-born engineers with a keen eye for detail and a boundless curiosity for exploring new ideas. They soon became renowned in their prairie community for their problem-solving prowess and were often sought after for their expertise. But what set Pip, Pop, and Pete apart was their unwavering commitment to the engineering design process. They had learned that engineering was not just about coming up with creative ideas, but also about following a systematic approach to problem solving. They embraced the engineering design process as a framework for their work, which consisted of 6 key steps: asking, imagining, planning, creating, testing, and improving. Their latest challenge was to build a new burrow that would withstand the cunning ways of the black-footed ferret, a notorious predator in the prairie world. With their exceptional problem-solving skills and their adherence to the engineering design process, they were sure that they could take on this challenge.
"Let's use the engineering design process to build the best burrow ever,"
exclaimed Pip, the leader of the trio.
"I wonder how we can keep the black-footed ferret out of our burrow,"
pondered Pop, the creative thinker of the group. The 3 little prairie dogs dove into their research with gusto, delving into the intricacies of different burrow designs and the challenges of living in the prairie. They quickly learned that the black-footed ferret was a formidable predator known for its craftiness and cunning ways. They discovered that the ferret was an expert digger, capable of sniffing out a prairie dog's burrow with remarkable accuracy and using its slender body to navigate through the tight spaces and capture its prey. The ferret's insatiable appetite for prairie dogs made it a constant threat to their community, and the prairie dogs knew they had to come up with a design that would provide them with maximum protection.
"I imagine a burrow with multiple escape tunnels and hidden exits,"
suggested Pete, the planner of the group.
"Or how about a burrow with reinforcing walls and a sturdy entrance?"
proposed Pip, the visionary of the group. With their newly gained knowledge in mind, Pip, Pop, and Pete moved on to the imagining phase of the engineering design process. They brainstormed and generated a plethora of ideas, considering various features that could deter the ferret from invading their burrow. They envisioned burrows with multiple entrances and exits, intricate tunnels that were difficult for the ferret to navigate, and hidden chambers where they could hide in case of an attack. They also considered ways to reinforce the burrow walls and make them impervious to the ferret's sharp teeth and claws. After careful consideration, Pip, Pop, and Pete moved on to the planning phase. They meticulously evaluated each idea, weighing the pros and cons of different materials, construction techniques, and strategies for maximizing safety. They created detailed plans, estimating the amount of materials they would need and the time it would take to complete the construction. They also consulted with other members of their prairie community, seeking feedback and incorporating their suggestions into their plans. Once their plans were in place, Pip, Pop, and Pete rolled up their sleeves and embarked on the creating phase. They used their engineering skills to construct their burrow design with precision and care. They sourced the sturdiest materials they could find, reinforcing the walls with rocks and logs, and carefully shaping the tunnels to make them narrow and winding, in order to deter the ferret from entering. They also added secret chambers and escape routes, creating multiple pathways that would confuse the ferret and allow them to evade capture. When their burrow was complete, Pip, Pop, and Pete moved on to the testing phase. They simulated various scenarios, trying to anticipate how the ferret might try to invade their burrow and find any weaknesses in their design. They made adjustments and improvements as they went along, strengthening weak spots and fine-tuning their creation.
We did it! Our burrow is ferret-proof!
Cheered Pop, the optimist of the group, but little did they know the black-footed ferret had been watching them from a distance, studying their burrow with a devious grin. That night, as the three little prairie dogs were fast asleep in their burrow, the ferret made its move. It approached the burrow with slyness, trying to find a way in, but the clever little prairie dogs had anticipated this and had built their burrow with multiple escape routes. As the ferret approached the burrow, its keen senses alerted it to the scent of the prairie dogs within. With excitement in its eyes and hunger gnawing at its belly, it immediately set to work, digging ferociously to gain entry. But Pip, Pop, and Pete were prepared. They had designed their burrow with intricate tunnels that twisted and turned, leading to different exit points. With agility and speed, the little prairie dogs scurried through the hidden passageways, popping up to unexpected locations, confounding the ferret at every turn. The ferret's frustration grew as it struggled to catch its elusive prey. It tried digging through one tunnel only to find it blocked by a sturdy wall and reinforced with rocks and logs. It then attempted to follow another tunnel, but it led to a dead-end chamber where Pip, Pop, and Pete had cleverly hidden themselves. The ferret scratched and clawed, trying to force its way through, but the burrow was ingeniously designed to resist its efforts. Pip, Pop, and Pete's burrow was a maze of tunnels and chambers designed with precision to thwart the ferret's advances. They had even incorporated false exits and decoy tunnels, leading the ferret on a wild goose chase, further adding to its confusion. The ferret's frustration grew and grew with each failed attempt, and its hunger became a gnawing ache that clouded its judgment. It could not comprehend how the three little prairie dogs had outsmarted it with their engineering skills. As the night wore on, the ferret realized it was no match for Pip, Pop, and Pete's burrow. Exhausted and defeated, it reluctantly abandoned its pursuit, slinking away into the darkness, its appetite unsatisfied. Pip, Pop, and Pete emerged from their burrow victorious, their hearts swelling with pride at the success of their engineering design process. They had used their skills and knowledge to outwit a formidable predator, showcasing the power of engineering in solving real-world problems. News of their remarkable feat spread across the prairie, and other prairie dog communities flocked to learn from their expertise. Pip, Pop, and Pete became renowned as ingenious engineers, admired and respected by their fellow prairie dwellers. They continued to apply the engineering design process to other challenges they encountered, constantly refining and improving their designs to ensure the safety and well-being of the community. And so, in the vast prairies of the Wild West, the tale of the three little prairie dogs who outsmarted the big, bad, black-footed ferret with their engineering prowess became a legend that was passed down from generation to generation. It served as a reminder of the power of innovation, problem-solving, and teamwork, and how the engineering design process can be applied to overcome even the most daunting of challenges in the natural world. The end. We've provided a link in the podcast description to download a free activity booklet that complements this story, Burrow Buddies, A Tale of Engineering. The booklet offers a range of activities to deepen your engagement with the story. You can write your own acrostic poem. To practice math, you can practice measuring to the nearest inch. Additionally, you can explore the story further to make connections to the STEM engineering design process. If you're traveling in a car while your kids listen, don't forget to print this off before heading on your next road trip. We hope you enjoy these activities and have fun exploring the themes and ideas in the story. In today's story, a black-footed ferret was one of our featured characters. But did you know that black-footed ferrets are the sole ferret species native to North America and are among the most endangered mammals on the continent? These fascinating creatures are at serious risk of extinction. Black-footed ferrets have long bodies, short black legs, a black tipped tail, and a black mask. Their coat is yellow-brown with a pale underside. Adults are about 24 inches long and weigh up to 2 pounds. They live 1 to 3 years in the wild, and ferrets have long claws to help them grab prey and large ears for excellent hearing. Ferrets live in prairie habitats where they eat prairie dogs, live in emptied prairie dog burrows, and raise their young, known as kits. Ferrets are carnivores, meaning they only eat meat. They have specific diets, and prairie dogs make up 90% of their food. They are well adapted to hunt prairie dogs by using their sharp teeth and strong jaw.
Hey kids, it's time for some jokes. We hope our story today sparked your imagination and took you on an exciting adventure. But before we go, we have some jokes that are sure to make you laugh.
What is an animal's favorite carnival ride? The Ferret's wheel. What did the one prairie dog say to the other prairie dog? Sometimes life isn't fair at all. Knock, knock. Who's there? Prairie dog. Prairie dog who? Prairie dog gone cute, isn't it? Aww.
That's it for today's story on Storytime Adventures. We hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed telling it. We love it when our listeners share their projects and activities related to the story, so be sure to tag us at Storytime Adventures Podcast on social media. If you have any feedback or suggestions for future stories, please reach out to us at storytimeadventurespodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode. Join us again next time for another exciting adventure. Until then, keep exploring, keep imagining, and keep dreaming big. Thanks for listening.